to give him a second. Collins, what are we looking for in this match here? We've got Peej64 when he submitted his application or for his submission to enter the tournament. PB around a high 19, 19.5x. GeoGringo with a low 19. What do you expect to see out of these two guys today?
So PBs are pretty close. You know, mid to high 19s, not a bad time at all. You're going to want to play consistently. Obviously, that's the key. Don't go for any crazy strats. You know, a lot of new runners like to learn Owlless, even though it only saves like 3 or 4 seconds. It's one of the harder tricks in the game. So if I were any of these runners, I would be going for pretty consistent stuff. Just play it safe, test, and then just, you know, kind of see where you go. I am a fan of listening to the race myself whenever I race, just so I can kind of get a gauge on where my opponent's at and know if I need to make any adjustments on the fly. A bit easier for maybe like a best of 3 match to do as opposed to a best of 1, but just play it safe and try to not die, I guess, is really the only issue that you could have when you're, you know, in the 19s.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like also both of our runners running on the US version, so we're going to be even on US versus Japanese versions of the game. We should be good to go here in just a second. Geo ready in the chat. Let's get an okay from Peej in the chat that he's ready for the countdown. We got the thumbs up from Peej as well. We're going to count this down to 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to start our games and timers on go. I'm going to count it down now. 3, 2, 1, go. And let's see if our... oh, man. Beautiful start here.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Perfect.
There we go. That was crazy. His
timers.
timer went from like 0 to 4 like immediately. That was kind of interesting. Anyway, yeah, we're off here. Let's see what we got. Both runners on the English version, as you stated. So both going to lose about a second out over the Japanese version, but not a huge deal. Fortunately, no dabs today, because you cannot do that on the US version of the game.
Yeah, that's going to cause some problems in the chat, I'm sure. I know that our fans like to see the dabs.
Yeah, but so it goes, and we'll see how we kick it off here with Lakitu Skip. Definitely one of the harder tricks for beginners to get. It's a very tight window to make it over the bridge there. So can really set the tone and the pace for a race right off the bat.
So I believe a clean Lakitu skip saves about 8 seconds. Am I right there?
Yep, 8 seconds.
All right, let's see Peej lining up. Beautiful lineup. GeoGringo, a little bit of a blunder with the ground pound there. He's going to take the ticket from Lakitu. Peej on his way already into BOB. He's going to try out that bomb clip.
Yeah, super difficult to kind of, I guess, reorient yourself when the angle on the camera kind of gets a little bit messed up. So with that ground pound, it's pretty tough. You might as well just take a long jump and get as far over the bridge as you possibly can, just to, you know, save a little bit of extra time, I guess. But Peej looking pretty good with a bomb clip here. And let's see how Geo goes. I'm not a huge fan of the Lakitu cam here. It's a personal preference thing, but I just like to have a little more of the game visible, so I go Lakitu C down there. But not a big deal for Geo as he nails that. So we'll see how Womps turns out.
Absolutely. I'm also a fan of Lakitu C down for BOB as well as Peej. He was also a fan of Lakitu C down there. I think most runners using Lakitu C down in BOB so they can see most of the screen. But Peej heading into Womps while Geo's at the door, spawning the star. So let's see what Peej opts for first. Is he going to try Owlless? Is he going to go straight for Cannonless? And looks like he is headed up to see the cage about Owlless. Wow, good movement here out of Peej. Looking for... Oh, no.
Yeah. So it looks like he didn't... his angle looked okay to me there, but it seems like he just didn't go neutral on his stick. Could be wrong. Maybe he didn't really hold left early enough. Let's see how Geo does with this. Not looking great, but actually works out. Sock folder is honestly a mystery to me. Cannonless in general, kind of a mystery. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. The last PB I had, really the last time I did runs. Oh, Peej looks like he was setting up for. Looked like he was setting up for the new salt and ginger setup there. He's going to be a little bit too close to the wall. GeoGringo getting the backup for shooting the wild blue. Now Peej setting up sock folder setup. Let's see if he can nail it this time. And he got it.
That was kind of crazy.
That was wild. What was going to happen there?
Yeah, not entirely certain how I feel about setting up with a with a salt and ginger cannonless setup. Really, only a few runners are pretty consistent with that. Ouija probably being the one that I can think of off the top of my head, and it's a very difficult strat. But anyway, let's see how Peej does here. His movement's actually looking pretty good. He does the more like advanced wild blue setup, but misses a side flip. Commentator's curse. Sorry about that, Peej. Slide kicks into the star, and looking good is Geo. Having a bit of an issue with the Womp King, but not a huge time loss. No big deal.
That star's going to spawn directly above him, saving him a little bit of time there. While Peej, he'll head up to the Womp King. Now, this means that Geo will be taking the Owl. Peej missing Alice the first time, but coming back time the second around. If you're efficient enough with your movement, that second time around with Alice, it about matches taking the Owl, but usually we lose a little bit of time if you miss. Oh, Geo getting hung up there. Getting chased by a bullet bill now. Nice dodge.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate, but nice backup here. It's tough going for that movement because if you don't get quite high enough on the ledge there, or the slope, you actually don't really get the height to kick over it. So if I think I'm not going to get the height, I just ledge grab. It only loses like a second. You can actually still make the cycle. It's tight, but it's not like really that big of a time loss.
Something I should have mentioned before the race, Peej is actually filling in. He had our best time out of the heats, and we needed a fill-in to cover for a racer that was non-communicative pretty much for the past week. So last night, we asked Peej, hey, you've got the best time that didn't make it up from the heats, the best race time. And he said, absolutely, I'll be there. You tell me the time. And we changed the time on him a couple times. We found a time that works for both these runners. And Peej stepping it up early here with both runners at 6 stars heading into CCM.
Yeah, about even here. Nice little kind of quasi-sync going. Shoutouts definitely go to Peej, though, for stepping in. Huge tip to the newer runners. If you're going to sign up for a tournament, you're going to want to go ahead and actually follow through with that. It does not take much to get blacklisted. Anyway,
look at this. Both going for the backflip wall kick.
Looking good from both, actually.
Yeah.
Really solid.
Some good gameplay out of both of these runners, and this race could not be closer. And Collins, I think we both know what's coming next.
Baby Penguin, perhaps? I will not do that ever. No one asked me to do that.
I saw
Geo struggling. Go ahead.
I saw the ones in chat, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Now, sometimes the Baby Penguin impersonation calls, you got to pick up. So, looks like Peej here going to save a bit of time over Geo. Geo had a rough go at it. Grabbing the Penguin can be definitely a bit of an issue, but both runners returning the Baby Penguin to its mother. Good on them. Pretty nice guys.
And both of our runners headed up to Bowser in the Dark World. I'm assuming they're both going to go for reds here. I've seen them both go for reds in the past. I wouldn't be surprised if this race is still neck and neck by the time we get to Bowser 1.
Yeah, I based off their movement, I would definitely assume they're going for reds. It looks like Peej is here, but he's going to go ahead and miss that and not go for the back. Actually, I guess he kind of went for the backup, sort of. It wasn't really exactly clean, but nevertheless, Geo's going to make up a bit of time over Peej here so far, and looks like they're both on like a actually, Geo just lost a cycle there, perhaps, so maybe going to lose a bit of time here, but seems like they're both having a bit of issue with the amp here. Yep. Man, we're like almost completely synced. This is actually kind of hilarious.
Both runners paying close attention to the script here.
I don't know what you're talking about, Aaron. There's no script. Not at all. No such thing. And Peej is going to... Oh, my goodness. Having a bit of an issue here, getting up. Losing a bit of time over Geo overall. Not a huge deal. That's scary. Whenever the camera...
I've been holding my breath for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. This one's scary. You know, you can have a mental block on Dark World for sure. It's one of those stages. It's super punishing. The cycle for Fire Sea is pretty free, and then the elevators or the pinwheel cycle for bits isn't really a huge deal for newer runners. So this is really like the Bowser stage you got to worry about. You can take a burn on Fire Sea. You know, you can miss an elevator cycle in bits. It's not a huge deal. But if you screw up some of the movement in Dark World, you are done. As Peej misses the throw here, just a tad short, maybe like a pixel. That's quite unfortunate.
It's only going to cost him a couple of seconds. Way better than launching Bowser off the stage and having to wait for him to come back. But Geo with the fade out about 8:48. Let's see what Peej's fade out is here after Bowser. 1:857. So still only 9 seconds between these runners. That could be the difference of missing the first BLJ.
Oh yeah, totally. There's so much more time here for a couple lead changes for certain. You know, Geo gets about a 9:09. So yeah, like door touch. So yeah, they're really not that far behind. Maybe like 8 seconds, like you said. But basement is usually pretty chill and no LBLJ, provided you take the, you know, kind of normal beginner kind of movement and tricks and whatnot. And it should be pretty free in all honesty. Talons maybe can give you some issues, but based on their movement, I don't really anticipate too many issues. But Geo barely making it over that hill. Peej going for a much more beginner strat here. I recommend just learning the movement, just because you can get caught up in the sand dunes there. But Geo gonna miss a star.
Gonna give Peej an opportunity to catch up here. And Peej nailing the star, opting for that Mario C down cam. Something I still don't do.
Yeah, I mean, it's total preference, I guess. Some people just think it lines you up a little bit better so you can see the star. I recently made this switch to Mario Cam C down. But Geo is going to go for a bit slower of a pyramid star here. Peej can make up a bit of time. Looks like he's going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Triple jump pyramid, and it's a bit of a difference. You know, it's a pretty easy star, so maybe Geo would like to at some point kind of clean that up, just because it does save a lot of time.
We had
not a lot.
We had fade out. I'm sorry, excuse me. We had fade outs at 10:21 and 10:23. These runners just 2 seconds apart.
Yeah, this is very close so far. It's definitely a good showing by Peej, especially for not winning his heat match. You know, he's looking really solid, and definitely impressed with the movement we got here. And notice a lot of these runners like have pretty solid movement, but just need to kind of like piece some things together. Like Ben York had a 4:53 womps or something, which is pretty good. But you know, finishing with like a 20, like a low, like a mid to late 20, is kind of a weird discrepancy. So I've noticed that a little bit with some of these runners. So maybe focusing on some other stuff would be good at the end, but it'll come along.
Both runners punching Toad. This is about as close as it gets, man. This is exciting. This is fun. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is definitely pretty crazily close. You know, is 16 star, you know, like we've been saying, is pretty much decided at MIPS and BLJs, but Peej is going to go for the left side here and saves a bit of time.
Ahead, yeah.
You can see that. You can see the difference in real time. They're so close that it's actually nice to be able to see those little minute differences in strats. You know, you think, oh, it's just a second, but you know, that second can actually make a huge difference.
In this race, it could absolutely be the difference with these runners as close as they are, as both runners, GeoGringo on your left, Peej64 on your right, are going to head to the Rolling Rock Star. Let's see what the boulders do for them today. Look like very similar boulder patterns. Oh, Peej going to miss the wall kick. That's going to put him back in second place here, with GeoGringo with a 12:17 fade out and Peej with a 12:20 fade out. GeoGringo now 3 seconds ahead, but this is where the big test comes up. Let's see what this bunny does. Big shout out to Green Mario in the chat. Thanks for the sub.
So they're both on the English version of the game, and actually, MIPS is a lot slower on the English version of the game.
Absolutely,
not sure if you
is. Yep.
played
Yes.
both,
When I switched to Japanese, I had to stop eating so much spaghetti.
Yeah. Oh, and Peej's gonna go ahead and miss that MIPS there. It was a bit unfortunate, but yeah, you actually have to really slow down to catch the English MIPS. It's actually quite a bit more difficult, in my opinion, to catch English MIPS because he's actually kind of slow. But Geo struggling with his second clip here. Looks like Peej is gonna go for the pro one, but just lining up. Did not see left enough there.
Peej.
And he's through.
Back in the lead. And 13-16 when the screen goes to white. 13-18, 2 seconds ahead. Peej is 2 seconds ahead as we head into the Michael Phelps section of this relay.
Yeah, DDD, kind of a fire seat waiting room. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, you can miss the sub, the back fin there, and lose a little bit of time, but usually it's nothing crazy. I mean, as long as you're lag reducing properly, it's not too big of an issue, but you know, missing a swim loses a second. It's one of those things that you don't really think about, but you can definitely clean up your DDD sub-star just with a little bit of practice.
Interesting strat from Peej. He was going from the side of the fin and then going for a double jump and some silly kicks to get up, while GeoGringo doing Aaron Truitt strats over there with the side flip headed up. Peej, let's see his fade out at 14.06. GeoGringo is going to fade out on the star 14.09. Just 3 seconds separating these runners.
Save and quit, Peej.
No, Peej.
That's
Is he going to be able to? I think that's it. You can't get MIPS back.
So he actually did not collect the star, so MIPS should still spawn.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. But that's actually probably the worst place to save and quit. I think you could have dealt with a save and quit at any other point. That's probably, not to be a negative Nancy, going to cost him the race, because now you're, I mean, well behind. You're an entire fire seat and probably some change behind. So luckily he did not accidentally collect the star, or else that actually would have been the entire race, unless he somehow knew SBLJ, which, assuming Peej is not taking the time to learn SBLJ. Not many people have. And
SBLJ, oh wow, a really quick clip from Peej here. He is really rushing to get back into Fire C. Man, you hate to see that happen in this race situation. Almost losing MIPS. That was close.
Oh my goodness.
But he's in. Geo getting ready for Bowser 2. Peej is going to have to go all the way through Fire C. Gosh, you hate to see it. That's a costly mistake.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Probably almost the biggest mistake you can make in 16 stars. So hopefully Peej can kind of come back and make it a bit competitive, but you can't really give Geo that much of a lead here. And Peej has really got to fly through this. It's quite unfortunate.
I think the only way that Peej is going to be able to catch up here is if either Geo really struggles with BLJs.
Might make the early cycle. Could make the early cycle.
He makes the early cycle. Wow.
Wow. That was actually pretty clutch.
The movement out of Peej, considering his PB, is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that early cycle is no joke, that's for sure. So really nice job by Peej there. But he is unfortunately quite a bit of time behind here. Going to have to really hustle and hope that Geo kind of makes a couple of mistakes here with BLJs. Anything's possible, but when you have a runner that has like a 19, I mean, you could maybe lose like 30 seconds to BLJs, but you're not really going to lose any more than that, I would assume. And he's really high up on the stairs here as Geo. These BLJs. Nice throw by Pete.
Nailing the throw. Geo is going to make it through that first door. That is the tough door for BLJs. Oh, taking a bonk on the stairs, though. He is going to be headed up to the 70-star staircase. I know Geo has us deafened, so he doesn't know he's got this lead. Unless he's watching the stream. He's going to make quick work of that 70-star BLJ there, while Peej is going to have to jump back into Fire C, save an exit. And head up for his own BLJs.
Pretty close by Geo there, almost getting kind of bopped by that block there. And let's see, looking good. Dove a little bit late. If you wait too long to triple jump there for the triple jump dive, you actually will bonk a lot of the time. But Geo's just got to take his time, and he's pretty much got this one in the bag, like mid-18 pace probably at this point, based on what we've seen so far. He's going to go for the left side. As Peej kind of struggling with the BLJ to begin with. And Geo going to miss the left side, but nice ground pound to avoid the fall there. And going to miss it again as Peej gets through the first door. And now Gringo is just going to go for the wood blocks. Easy day, whole gang. And he should be able to get up into the final pipe here in a second.
He lost a little bit of time there, but I don't think it's going to be the difference. He's going to have to really. Oh wow, Peej almost getting that quick BLJ into the Bowser 3 or the Bits stage. Let's see what happens with Bowser 3 here as Peej just starting off in bits. Geo about to attempt his Bowser 3 throws.
You know, in the Ruby Mill tournament, we have seen somebody actually die in Bowser 3, so it can't happen even to advanced runners. But Geo nails that first one. And, that was really a really unfortunate mistake by Peej. Sorry to interrupt. Really kind of cost the match here.
Can anyone in chat think of a time when somebody would die on Bowser 3 in this tournament?
Oh, man.
Oh, and missing that third throw. Peej missing the triple jump dive onto the pole. Let's see if he's got the backup.
He's got the pause buffer here or backflip into the pole. But, okay, actually, I'm getting a lucky pole grab there. You need to mash 4 times a second. 4 times in 1 second, I believe, to get that pole grab. I'm terrible matching, so.
You can also get it with a double jump. It takes a little extra second there, but a quick A to B twice will snag you right onto that pole. Meanwhile, Geo finishing with that 1909. He is going to take the race. Peej heading into Bowser 3. Man, you hate to see that save and quit. This would have been a different story. This race was so close.
Oh, and he's going to whiff that throw. Yeah, that was a really unfortunate mistake by Peej. That's just the one that they'll kick themselves for, unfortunately. It's just a really tough, you know, save and quits happen, but you can deal with it in CCM or WOMPs or, you know, whatever have you. But when you got to go do MIPS clip again, it's like, that's a rough one.
Yeah, if he had save and quit anywhere else, it would have been faster. Just a really tough go. I mean, he was still, if he had hit all 3 throws, could have still pulled off a 19 with that save and quit, it looks like.
I mean, the race is so close.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Easily could have, you know, won that match. And that's kind of crazy considering Peej didn't win the heat match. So to come back here and actually put on a really good showing against Geo, that was the only big mistake that Peej really made. The BLJs were actually pretty fine. His pitch was fine. His throws have been a bit rough, but when you're tilted and you know you've kind of just lost the match, it's definitely a struggle to focus on these Bowser throws. But man, that is just unfortunate. But congrats to Geo. Played a pretty great match himself. Can't say that, you know, he wouldn't have won if Peej didn't save and quit. He definitely had a really solid showing today.
Absolutely, and it looks like Peej is going to take the death on Bowser 3, walking slowly into Bowser, submitting.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
We are going to bring both Peej and Geo for the post-race interview now, unmuting you as I speak. Peej, Geo, GG's to both of you.
Thank you, Aaron. GG, Peej.
Thank you, guys. GG, man.
Wow, what a race we had. Geo, I'm not sure if you are aware, but this race was within 2 to 3 seconds, the both of you changing leads multiple times until Peej, with the unfortunate save and quit instead of continue without saving at the end of DDD, was actually ahead at the time, made quick work of coming back and clipping MIPS twice and getting back into Fire Sea, and still made it to Bowser 3 almost while you were still doing your throws. But incredible performance by both your runners. Geo, how are you feeling about the victory?
I'm feeling good. Obviously, you know, I hate to see that the save and quit. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to everyone who's run the game, and it hurts a lot, especially at that time. So I'm sorry, Peej. That's really rough. But it sounds like you were playing out of your mind too, and you know, I'm just happy to come away with the victory.
Absolutely. And Peej, talk to us about what was going through your head right after that save and quit.
Just get back out there, you know. It happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta do work with what you got, you know. But overall, it was a really fun race. This is the first time I've listened in on commentating while I've raced, so it was a lot of fun. I feel like it does take the stress off a little bit when you do know. But I don't know. It was a fun time.
So
overall.
What kind of pace were you on, Peej, before the save and quit? Were you on easy PB pace there?
What was I? I think I was after there. I didn't save those splits. I made splits for this race to see if I could I don't know, see what my average times and stuff were, but I actually just exited out of those splits, so I didn't save any of them. But I think I saw 14 coming out of there. maybe. I don't know. I think I was around 14 minutes. So I was probably on PB. I don't know. Because I do have an 1840. I let you know that, or I'm not a high 19 anymore. But yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
Oh, no, you're totally fine. Yeah, you had updated me on your PB. Sorry, I didn't get that updated here.
No, it's cool.
But yeah, still on great pace in Geo.
Yeah, it was on good pace. I was definitely feeling it.
Absolutely. Geo also on a pretty amazing pace there before missing a couple Bowser throws. How close were you to a PB?
I think if I had hit that last Bowser throw, I could have gotten in there with a PB. Missing Lakitu though early, and then something else. I can't remember what it was. Another mistake, smaller mistake I made, but kind of kept me from being PB. My PB2, my splits are all front loaded. All my time save is in the back half. So I think I could have gotten in there if I'd made all those Bowser throws, but it was decent pace. I've been flirting with breaking this 19-minute barrier for a while now, so I think it's kind of a mental block for me.
Absolutely, mental block for sure. Just speaking as somebody who's been playing the game for a little while, a lot of my PBs have come from a lot of my minute barrier PBs have been like 17:59. Like my first sub hour in 70 star was a 59:58. My first 55 was a 55:56 or something. So it really is just a mental block. So once you're able to smash that, you'll definitely be able to kind of continue moving forward. This game's all about pushing through those plateaus, so it's much more of a mental game than physical, in my opinion.
That's the hope.
Absolutely. I want to thank both of our runners, Peej and Geo, for the race. Peej, thanks for being flexible with the time. Geo, this was your first race of the tournament. You'll move on to round 2 to face Ben York 36. Have you watched any of Ben York's gameplay?
Just earlier today, that race, and he did a great job, and I know he runs a pretty good game. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see if he pulls out texture for us in the next round. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah, he's definitely a great competitor. So it'll be, I definitely have my work set out for me.
Absolutely. Peej, any final thoughts before on the tournament before you head out?
Just thanks for having me. It's great. Very fun. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Echo. I want to echo that sentiment, Aaron. Thank you so much for all the work you put into this. It's been amazing so far.
I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Thanks again. GG's to both of you. Geo going to be moving on. Collins, any final thoughts on the match?
Yeah, really solid match. Unfortunate save and quit, but that's how it goes. In this game of Mario, it is a fickle mistress, that is for certain. So looking forward to the rest of the tournament here. Main bracket is shaping up to be pretty entertaining. Not as spaghetti as we originally thought it might be. Definitely some really solid races. And then the pro bracket looking amazing too. Have a huge couple matches coming up. Ruby versus Flixer, GTM versus Captain Speedrun.